Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review the greatest surf movie in the universe. And this is a comedy from Blakey and Nick Paulette, and this film is 10 years after a virus more deadly and more contagious than anything we've ever seen decimates the world's living creatures, facing a oh my god, this synopsis is very long. Basically, the vaccine for this disease winds up erasing everybody's memory of surfing. And then a famous surfer has to go on a journey of convincing a bunch of other famous surfers that surfing is still a thing and that they're great surfers and save surfing. And that is Mick Fanning, who is said surfer that leads the way. And plot-wise, like 90% of this movie is show up, there's an ex-surfer doing something else, them convincing them that they were a great surfer, showing videos of surfing, and then moving on. There's no plot. Like, there's barely anything going on in this movie for like an hour. And in the last 10 minutes or so, there's a crazy, weird puppet fight, because this is all stop-motion animation with dolls. And all of the surfers are just doll versions of themselves. And yes, at the end, the fight is the most interesting and exciting thing in the movie, which is not setting a high bar, but also like so dumb and ridiculous that it's kind of entertaining, but it's like you're scratching your head like who thought of this and wondering how many drugs this group of people who made this movie were on when they put this all together. This film really only gets amusing within the last 10 minutes, which is super frustrating because this film is an hour and 21 minutes. At least it's just that. And it's mostly not very funny either. All these interactions, it's really lowbrow humor and clunky and awkward. Really the most entertaining elements outside of that really weird, gross out, wild fight at the end of this movie is Luke Hemsworth is the narrator telling us this story through a VHS tape, and honestly, he's entertaining and funny. And every time they show video of the surfing, which the surfing is great, they have these wild songs that they put over it that are actually really funny. But then you have to spend so much time watching these puppets doing basically nothing and making really bad jokes that are unfunny and awkward, and this is a weird experience of a movie. And if you're on this weird sense of humor that this movie is going for, you'll probably laugh for 81 minutes. I laughed for not 81 minutes. And I feel like there's only certain elements of this film that are legitimately funny and creative. And so much of the rest of it's just like whatever we could do with dolls and then just keep going throughout this movie. So if you couldn't tell, this really did not work for me. But it's one of those kinds of films where it's just like, there's a group of people that this is going to be a cult classic for, and I'm imagining it's surfers that are going to love this until the end of time. But for most people, they're going to be like, what the hell did I even watch? And try to forget it. Honestly, you'd probably forget about it because barely anything happens over the course of 81 minutes of this movie. So at the end of the day, this is a very idiosyncratic film that has a very specific sense of humor that is very narrow and will probably be loved by surfers everywhere. But those are my thoughts on the greatest surf movie in the universe. Let me know what you think and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.